This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. Although they may be overlooked, underestimated, unknown, or simply ignored, native cool season grasses are significant components of many plant communities in Missouri, including prairie, savanna, and woodlands. To learn more about them, we have John Murphy, a private land conservationist with the Missouri Department of Conservation, here this morning to break it all down for us. So first of all, tell us, why are they so important?
Okay, well, historically, Missouri was a grassland-dominated state. So those native grasslands included prairies, savannas, they included, even to an extent, woodlands and wet prairies. And these grasslands were very diverse. So, you know, it's easy to overlook a prairie and say, hey, that's nothing but grass. But they were very diverse systems. You got to think of that as a whole. It wasn't just grass. It was, you know, it was fungus in the soil. It was microinvertebrates. It was, you know, a variety of things that were living there. Now, Missouri currently has less than 1% of our native grasslands remaining in the state. And so when we lose that diversity, we actually lose the strength of our natural systems. We actually lose strength in our natural communities and our environment. Because historically, when a biological system loses diversity and we lose numbers of species, we open up ourselves to be more prone to disease, to stress like drought, floods, and that type of thing. So whenever, you know, because if a disease or a pest picks on one species, you have the, and you're down to one or two species, you have the potential to wipe out a whole system. Whereas if we have a diverse grassland, okay, you know, it's more prone to rebound. Okay, it's better in for our watersheds, you know, for erosion control and that type of thing. But it's also better. It impacts our insect communities. You know, right now a big topic nationwide is the dramatic drop in honeybees. Okay, well, a big portion of the honeybee life cycle is having plants. You know, I have a tall blazing star, and I have some other stuff here. Having plants that attract that bees, which in turn pollinate a variety of species and give strength to our natural communities. So they are important. Our native grasslands are important because they are strong systems, okay, that give Missouri's natural communities, that give Missouri's landscape strength. When we take away some of that diversity, we actually lose our strength in our natural communities in Missouri.
So let's talk about these native plants. What can we find here in the state of Missouri? Okay,
so one thing right off the bat is often you'll hear the difference between cool season and warm season grasses. Many of our native prairie and grasslands are warm season plants. Okay, I mean, so cool season grasses often are grasses, when you see them, are often grasses that were brought in. They're exotics, and you know, I'm giving representatives like tall fescue, smooth brome, bluegrass. Okay. They have root systems that go maybe 8 to 10 inches in the ground. They're great sod formers. You know, they make a nice sod. That's why I have bluegrass in my yard. It makes a nice, even sod. And that's why they have them on golf courses, because they make a nice sod. However, you know, they grow like gangbusters in the spring when it's cool and wet, and then they'll shut down when it gets hot and dry and fire back up in the fall. Most of our native plants, I have some rattlesnake master right here, and this is a native wildflower. Most of our native plants are warm season plants. Okay, a lot of them. I mean, we have some native cool seasons as well. But what that means is, you know, they have root systems. This big blue stem, this is a native grass. This big blue stem has a root system that will go up to 12 to 15 feet in the ground. Okay, so it's doing a lot better job moving nutrients and water up and down that soil profile. Okay, they grow like a champ this time of year. So when the cool season shut down, our native prairies fire back up and grow really vigorous during July and August, and that gives them a whole different range of what kind of niche they fill, and then they'll start to you know, we have good pollinator plants. That's why we see them so much right now. A lot of times on roadsides, old fields, that type, you see these wildflowers, you see these grasses They're growing very vigorous right now.
So how can landowners develop this type of native grassland on their own property? Is that even possible?
Sure it is. Sure it is. So especially in North Missouri, some of our landowners are blessed. We have remnant. This stuff has been on their property for hundreds of years. Maybe it's hidden underneath cedars or something like that. Sometimes it may require that you do some seeding and that type of thing.
Right.
I would suggest talking to your local Missouri Department of Conservation, private land conservationists like myself, to give you that technical advice to say, hey, by the way, you have some real high quality potential on your property, or maybe we need to start over and actually put some seed in the ground.
All right. Well, thank you so much. What we'll do is we'll post all of this information on our website at heartlandconnection.com, and we'll also link up Missouri Department of Conservation's website if they have any questions or need to get in contact with you. Thank you so much, John.
That'd be great. Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be right back.